What's up, guys? Thank you for watching my channel. Today I am telling about for this coin, the Swedish 10 kronor coin from 1991. I've structured it into clear sections so it flows like a long-form historical article covering numismatic history, political and economic context, design and production, variants and collector interest, and the legacy of the 1991 10 kronor coin. Introduction: the 10 kronor coin's place in Swedish monetary history. The 10 kronor coin introduced in 1991 represents a major shift in Swedish currency. Prior to that year, the krona, plural, kronor, existed primarily through smaller coins and paper banknotes. The 10 kronor denomination had historically been used on a high-value gold coin in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. But from the mid-1900s onward, the main form of a 10 kronor unit was as a banknote. In 1991, Sweden made a monetary innovation by introducing a high-value circulation coin in place of the 10 kronor banknote, a change that had lasting implications for everyday transactions, coinage design, and numismatics in the Nordic countries. Riksbank plus 1. This article examines how the 1991 10 kronor coin came to be, what it looked like and why, how it fits into Sweden's broader monetary trends, what notable variants exist, and how collectors and economists view it today. Sweden's coinage. Before 1991, a brief monetary background. To understand the significance of the 1991 10 kronor coin, it helps to look at Sweden's monetary system leading up to it. The Swedish krona. In 1873, Sweden replaced the riksdaler with the krona as part of the Scandinavian Monetary Union, which tied currencies to gold. For over a century, Swedish currency comprised a mix of coins and banknotes across denominations, low values, coins, and higher values, including 10 kronor, largely as paper notes. Coins were pragmatic for everyday use, durable, widely recognizable, and reflecting the reigning monarch's portrait. By the late 20th century, inflation had made the 10 kronor denomination less conducive to paper notes and more practical as a durable coin. The Swedish Riksbank, central bank, and the government moved toward adopting a coin that could withstand heavy circulation and last far longer than a paper banknote. The 1991 10 kronor coin. Why it was introduced. From notes to coins. Before 1991, the 10 kronor was commonly used as a banknote. Over time, using a paper note for a denomination that changes hands frequently became less efficient. Paper notes wear out quickly. Replacing it with a metal circulation coin made economic sense. Longevity. Coins last years longer than paper notes. Cost savings. Fewer replacements reduce production costs over time. Public convenience. Heavier usage denominations benefit from the resilience of coinage. In 1991, Sweden officially introduced the 10 kronor circulation coin, replacing the banknote and marking an important evolution in Swedish cash usage. Mintinfo.se. Design and physical characteristics. The Swedish 10 kronor coin, introduced in 1991, has several distinct design and metallurgical features. Obverse. Front. Features a left-facing portrait of King Carl XVI, Gustav, the reigning monarch of Sweden since 1973. Surrounding text includes Carl VI Gustav, Sveriges konung, followed by För Sverige I tiden, which translates to For Sweden with the Times. This is the king's personal motto. Riksbank plus 1. Reverse. Back. Displays the nominal value 10 kronor against the background of 3 crowns, a symbol deeply associated with Sweden and its national coat of arms. Riksbank. Dimensions and composition. Diameter 25 mm. Weight 6 grams. Thickness 29 mm. Metal. Nordic gold, a copper-based alloy containing aluminium, zinc, and tin. This alloy has a golden color but is non-precious metal. en.foronum.com +1. Edge, The coin's edge is segmented, partly smooth and partly milled, aiding tactile recognition and deterring some forms of counterfeiting. Riksbank. Designers involved included Marita Noren and engravers working within the Swedish minting tradition. Riksbank. Production and minting. Mint location. The Swedish 10 kronor coins of this era were struck at the Swedish Mint in Eskilstuna, a historic minting facility that produced coins for Sweden for decades. Convarities.com. Mintage. The first year of issue, 1991, saw a very large production run, making the coin one of the most common modern Swedish issues. Records indicate over 100 million coins were produced in 1991 alone. en.foronum.com. This massive mintage reflects both the high demand for a durable 10 kronor denomination and the Riksbank's intention that this coin become a primary medium of exchange in everyday Swedish commerce. Variance and numismatic interest. Even though the 1991 10 kronor coin was produced in massive quantities, it has a number of numismatically interesting variants and related stories that collectors find compelling. Standard circulation strike. The vast majority of 1991 coins are the standard circulating version with proper metal alignment and correctly struck obverse and reverse features. Muntinfo.se. Orientation variant. Matvända sidor. One well-known variety among collectors is the 180 degrees rotated side variant, where the obverse and reverse are struck in the wrong orientation relative to each other. These are sometimes called Matvända sidor, reverse orientation, and are more desirable to collectors because they are relatively unusual compared to the standard strikes. Forgeries, the Kiev copies. Interestingly, 1991 also became infamous because of counterfeit versions that surfaced in the early 1990s associated with criminal minting operations in Eastern Europe, especially Ukraine. These are often referred to in collector circles as Kiev forgeries or Ristien, fake 10 kronor coins that circulated with subtle but detectable differences. Some have incorrectly positioned crowns or a different style of portrait. The edges on some fakes are either fully smooth or have improper milling. Engraved details and spacing can be diagnostic. These counterfeits are now a well-documented part of the 1991 coin's history and are carefully studied by numismatists. Muntinfo.se. Collector value versus face value. Today, most 10 kronor coins from 1991 trade for amounts close to their face value when in circulated condition. However, factors like uncirculated grade, the rare orientation variant, or authentic avoidance of wear can increase a coin's market value for collectors. Typical values range from modest to moderately collectible, depending on scarcity and condition. en.foronum.com. Economic and cultural impact. Everyday use. The introduction of the 10 kronor coin in 1991 reshaped everyday Swedish commerce. It quickly became one of the most commonly used pieces of cash in daily transactions, from groceries and buses to vending machines and public payments. Swedes remember the coin as a ubiquitous part of daily life, often joking about its sturdiness or using it in games and informal routines. Online discussions today still reflect nostalgic connections to it, decades after its first circulation. Reddit. Inflation and cash usage. By the late 20th century, mild inflation meant that the 10 kronor note became less practical. Swedes increasingly preferred coins for lower denominations of frequent use, and banknotes were reserved for higher values. This trend continued into the 21st century as cash usage patterns shifted globally. Interestingly, even as card and digital payments have grown in Sweden, the 10 kronor coin remains legal tender and in circulation, a testament to its durability and practicality. Riksbank. Modern context and legacy. Continued. Validity. Unlike some other denominations that have been demonetized over time, the 10 kronor coin, including those from 1991 onward, remains valid currency in Sweden today. This is confirmed by official sources, such as the Swedish Central Bank. Riksbank. Shifts in coinage after 1991. After the success of the 1991 10 kronor coin, Sweden continued to update its coinage. Later years saw new designs, portraits, and mint marks. In 2001, a redesigned 10 kronor coin was introduced. Demand for cash fluctuated with the rise of electronic payments, but coins continue to serve niche roles. Riksbank. Numismatic collecting. Today, the 1991 coin holds a stable place in Swedish numismatic collections. Serious collectors value it for both its historical significance and its large production run with identifiable varieties. Summary: why the 1991 10 kronor coin matters. The Swedish 10 kronor coin from 1991 is more than just a denomination. It marked a major transition from banknote to coin for a high-value everyday denomination. Myntinfo.se. It features the portrait and motto of King Carl X. Gustav, tying currency to national identity. Riksbank. Its variants and forgeries have made it a fascinating subject for collectors. Myntinfo.se. It has remained a robust, valid part of Sweden's circulation for decades. Riksbank. In the broader story of Swedish money, the 1991 10 kronor coin stands at the intersection of tradition, modern currency policy, and public life. A testament to how everyday objects can reflect deep monetary and cultural history.